And I want to talk about the facts and meaning of numbers. Numbers. If you know you got up this morning without looking at a number, without talking about a number, without listening to a number, or without seeing a number whatsoever, raise your hand up. Facts. Every day of our lives, numbers affects us daily basis. It affects our lives, in our job sites, our work, and our family. The great Bill Gates says, numbers are in our DNA. We work with it, we deal with it, we come to work and we see parts of it. It's so amazing that small things in our lives has a huge impact on our life, but we are ignorant about it. That's the thing about numbers. But once you have a small focus about numbers, it completely blows your mind off. And I'm going to talk about how we breathe and live about numbers today. James Tillman, he's a medical doctor and also a math professor at Harvard University. He talked about numbers. Our day starts with numbers and it ends with numbers. One of the things I'm going to talk about our lives, we have a birthday. We all have a birthday. We started this day as a particular day, February 18th. Those are numbers. We were born at a particular day. February 8th for me, for example, is my birthday. It defines us. We know how many of us in our families, and some of us can even guess how many of us are in this class. So you see, we work with it every day we go. One of the first things Ms. Sarah Kennedy came to this class, she talked about, she had been dealing with this class for 11 years. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Experience. That things makes us, numbers makes us benefits our lives day as we go. And numbers also works as being our successful. Our lives, being graduate as a student is going to depend on our GPA. At least a 2.0 GPA to graduate. You see, it works with us. We go to the mall, we shop, we use dollars, it represents numbers. One of the biggest things America is facing today is budget deficit, right? And what is it? It's about numbers. So you see, every time we go, we see numbers all around you. I have 3 to 4 minutes to talk here. Those are numbers, and that is a fact, right here in this room. Isn't that right? So you see, we deal with numbers everywhere we go. I don't know if any of you watched a show called Shark Tank, as where investors come and invest money. It's a show, it's a businessman called Kevin O'Leary. He says to be rich, you have to know about the numbers. And that's a fact in our lives. We go to hospital, we check our blood numbers, our temperature. If you're setting more than 110 degrees, it means you are sick. The doctors have to know their numbers. The professors have to know how many students in class to deal with them. That's the enjoying part about numbers. So also in sports, we have what? 4 quarters in a game to play. Once that 4 quarters expire, the game is over. So we see numbers in sports. We see numbers all around us. You see how it affects our lives. And we work with it day in and day out. We all have a watch. No, not necessarily have a watch. We all have a clock. Maybe has a phone. To get to somebody, you have to call the person, you have to use a number. To pay for something, you have to use a number. And also, we all have, it helps us to compare. According to Jim, he's a psychic professor. He also talked about how we use that to qualify somebody. You can compare assets and plan. At the end of this semester, we all have to give feedback about this class, about Ms. Arangi's performance. We see a grading of a 5 scale, where she always passes the message across, always or never. We grade from a scale to 5. So you see, doing this, we do a scale about comparing ourselves on a weight. If you have a certain weight, that means you may be obese, maybe you're diabetic. We see it all every time. Numbers, we just cannot do without it, but most of us in our lives are ignorant. The first time I was dealing with numbers, when I started doing this research, it kind of hit me. Why didn't I think about this? Why didn't I? But the first time I thought about it, it completely blew my mind that it is in us. Numbers live in us. And so tonight, I hope I've actually amazed you a little bit about numbers, and think about it. Tomorrow or any time of your life, when you go around walking around, think about how numbers can really affect your life, and it has a recipe for making you successful.